have the latest on the student who shot himself in the leg on UGA's campus. Georgia football fans are set to honor the family of South Carolina's quarterback at the game this weekend. Do you recognize this Throwback Thursday picture? It may be 90 years old, but if you're a fan of the Dogs, you know this place. And if you don't, no worries. We'll tell you coming up.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Good evening and welcome to Grady Newsource. I'm Kat Hendrick. William Holder, the University of Georgia student who discharged his gun in the chemistry building on Tuesday, was released from Piedmont Hospital earlier this week. Newsource reporter Caroline Greger is live in the newsroom with an update. Caroline, how's he doing?
I spoke with Holder earlier today on the phone, and he said that he is doing fine, but he has been instructed not to comment on the matter. I also contacted his home county's probate court to obtain a copy of his concealed carry permit, but we were informed that these are not public record. As long as he holds a permit, he is allowed to bring a concealed gun on campus because of the campus carry law that was passed in 2017. We are still waiting to hear if he will face any charges. We also reached out to the UGA Police Department to obtain the body cam footage from the responding officer, and we were told, quote, they're waiting for it to be processed and submitted to the Records Division so they can evaluate any request for it. Grady Newsource will continue to report on this story and keep you updated with the latest. Back to you, Kat.
Thanks, Caroline. Hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and earthquakes, all on the list of natural disasters that cost Americans billions of dollars in relief efforts. Weather anchor Eric Solorzano is here with me to tell us how efforts of local authorities are vital when extreme weather happens.
That's right, Kat. Already over billions of dollars have been spent on just disaster relief here in the U.S., but the heart of it all are the workers and organizers like whom I spoke to today that really are pushing this country forward.
Safety's always been the top priority.
Kevin Gentry is the Streets and Drainage Superintendent for the Athens-Clarke County Department of Transportation and Public Works. He says planning ahead is crucial when disaster strikes.
And they do too, make sure all their equipment is fueled up and ready to go. Any type of chainsaw, chains need to be sharpened.
When Hurricane Irma blew through Athens in 2017, the Street and Drainage Division, along with the Solid Waste Department, GEMA, and even Georgia Power, were all needed to get the public back on track.
Material, labor, and everything, and this is just from our division. We have, there's many others. So
the biggest problem the department faces after a disaster?
We have some really large old trees here in Athens. I mean, some of them are 4, 5, even 6 foot in diameter oak trees. And when we have strong winds, some of those blow over.
That's right. The local effort that are put through the departments to put disaster relief is vital in Georgia, especially when 70% is affected. 70% of the territory in Georgia is affected by it, by landslides and even volcanoes.
Thanks for that, Eric. University of Georgia employee and former Queer Eye guest Skylar J. recently settled an LGBTQ rights lawsuit with the University Systems of Georgia. The victory means that transgender employees now receive care in the way of surgeries, hormone replacement therapy, and more. Grady Newsource reporter Tara Brawley sat down with Jay to find out what kept him going during the 4-year legal battle.
These people that have been reaching out to me over the last couple of years, knowing about this lawsuit coming up through the system, wanting to help me, but they literally can't because they're afraid to lose their job. Like, these are the people why I was so unwilling to budge about getting those exclusions removed.
Changes to employee-provided healthcare went into effect on September 1st. A new running trail alongside the Oconee River opened just moments ago. Let's join Grady Newsource reporter Tara Brawley, who's live at College Avenue Trailhead, where they just hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the next phase of the North Oconee River Greenway system. Tara?
Thanks, Kat. Just an hour ago, I watched as they opened a new half-mile stretch of trail along the North Oconee River Greenway Trail system.
Not only is this a chance for us to connect with each other and for components of the community to connect, but it's a chance for us to connect with nature and remind ourselves that if we want to be healthy, we need the land and the water and the air and the soil all around us to be healthy as well.
The new trail offers a more scenic route following along the Oconee River for about half a mile. As you can see, it's a paved trail that was part of the Oconee River Greenway project and connects the existing trail that previously ended at the College Avenue Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway intersection to the existing street side trail beginning at the North Avenue Willow Street intersection. The Greenway is now open for pedestrians and for non-motorized vehicles, including bicycles. Back to you.
Thanks, Tara. For more information on how to play a more active role in your future Greenway projects, you can visit Oconee River Greenway Commission page on the Athens-Clarke County government website. Coming up, find out how Georgia fans plan to show support for the family of South Carolina's quarterback.
Okay, so we drowned the fire,
Yep.
stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
I love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
In just a few weeks, you'll have the opportunity to see and play 4 pianos transformed into painted works of art by local artists. They'll be available at 4 different locations across Athens, and Newsource reporter Katie Kim shows us exactly what they'll look like.
If you look behind me, you can see the 4 beautifully painted pianos that Kat just mentioned. This is a closer look at just one of them that locals will be able to play. And you can see all the detail, the color, and the heart that the artist really put into this piano. And if you'll believe me, this was originally an old piano that wasn't being used. I have more on the project titled Play on Athens.
I am applying a clear, protective finish.
The finish seals the artwork on these 4 pianos, all painted by local artists. And while you can't play music on them just yet, soon they'll be out in public for anyone to play. Grace Huang's hands are usually on piano keys, but now they're on a brush. The piano teacher was inspired to start the project, Play on Athens, after seeing the impact of other similar projects across the country.
We are an incredibly active and diverse arts community, and so I think this is just one part that sort of reflects that fabric of our community.
One goal, to give the old neglected pianos a second home.
We do hope to donate the pianos once this installation period is, or once the public display period is over. Hopefully we can have these donated to local nonprofits or schools who might benefit from the use of another piano.
Marissa Leilani Mustard has painted guitars and mailboxes, but never a piano.
So my only challenge was, so I'm pregnant And like the very bottom part, it was really hard to paint the bottom. Other than that, like I really enjoy painting things that aren't like on canvas, you know? I had like a lot of fun with it.
The pianos should be ready by early November. Then you'll have a chance to play this one, this one, or maybe even this one. Katie Kim, Grady Newsource.
You can find the pianos at 4 different locations: Bishop Park, the Athens Clarke County Library, the Athens Community Council on Aging, and the Classic Center. Can you empower young high school girls to lead? Then you may want to think about joining the Bee Club Inc. in their new program called Be Engaged. The group is currently looking for active community leaders who can mentor Cedar Shoals high school girls. The first interest meeting will be October 15th at 6 p.m. in the Cedar Shoals High School Parents Resource Center. For more information about Bee Club Inc. and later interest meeting dates, go to GradyNewsource.com. Helinski's Hope Charity is coming to UGA this weekend for the Bulldogs football game against the Gamecocks. They are encouraging attendees to stand in remembrance of Tyler Helinski, who took his own life in 2018. Aaron Smay has more.
I just know the 3 fingers up.
And Kenzie Berger says she'll be holding them up this weekend.
It's really cool what they're doing, and that it's super important to spread this awareness.
Collins won't be at the game, but she's hard at work spreading the word about the importance of mental health. Her table in the breezeway of the Tate Student Center is loaded with information. She has her table stationed here because today is Mental Health Awareness Day.
We aim to spread awareness about mental health at the UGA campus specifically and talk about resources for people to seek their own mental health, as well as if they have like a friend struggling, how to help them as well.
So while students read Collins signs and sign up to help others, others will do their part this weekend with this sign.
I really hope we as like a school participate in it, because I think it'd be pretty awesome to have everybody in the stadium hold it up.
Helinski's Hope is encouraging attendees to stand for the first play of the 3rd quarter and hold up their 3 fingers. For more information, visit helinskishope.org.
With Grady Newsource, I'm Francisco Guzman with sports. Almost 90 years ago, in addition to the University of Georgia campus, changed the way we look at Saturdays in Athens. Stay with us for that story.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know? My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90-mile-per-hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
With Grady Newsource, I'm Francisco Guzman with Today's Sports. 90 years ago on Saturday, the University of Georgia won its first football game against Yale 15-0. There were 30,000 seats in the stadium then. 90 years later, Nearly 93,000 seats are available for fans coming this weekend to see the Dogs play the University of South Carolina.
It really wasn't until Vince Dooley came along in the 1960s that Sanford Stadium really started to expand. And the success of the program under Dooley was the driving factor behind that. If your program's not successful, you don't need extra seats, but if it is, you need more seats for fans.
This is Sanford Stadium, the day the Dogs played their first game against Yale. There were 30,000 seats for fans. Since then, Sanford added over 60,000 seats, a bridge, and improved the scoreboard, along with other improvements. Hasty's been going to UGA games since the 80s, and the recent UGA Notre Dame game is his most memorable moment.
It was just a special atmosphere in Sanford. It was an electric atmosphere in the stadium, and the cool new lighting actually helped a lot too. That was actually really neat.
Francisco Guzman, Grady Newsource. Kickoff for this weekend's game is at noon. With Grady Newsource, I'm Francisco Guzman with your sports. Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric, and coming up, I'll have what the rest of your week is going to look like and how the weekend showers may affect what your game day and the rest of your weekend is going to look like.
Hello. Hi. I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again?
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Brochettes with sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and they're the cores that we cut away, not to mention zucchini flower. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that,
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta, a different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit SaveTheFood.com.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Laughing too hard at one of your colleagues' jokes at the office party? He's not even funny. Warning sign, those drinks are probably going to your head. Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
And now, the weather.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Solorzano, and I have your weather. For this weekend, we're going to take a look into what the forecast is going to be for the rest of your week, what game day weather and the weekend for potential showers is going to look like, and affecting what your game day and what your weekend may look like ahead. All right, so let's go ahead and go into what tonight is going to look like. At 6 p.m., we're going to start still sunny here throughout the day, 78 degrees into the evening. Once we get into the night, 9 p.m., we're going to see 66 degrees. We're going to see that temperature drop, and it's going to get cloudy. It's going to get pretty cloudy there into the midnight as well. 62 degrees, so you're going to see that it's going to start cooling off for you into the night. All right, and if we take a look at neighboring cities, we're going to see that at Chattanooga, 61 degrees into the night, 53 at Blairsville, in South Carolina, Greenville, 57 degrees. And that's going to be throughout cities like Toca, Gainesville, and Rome. Atlanta, you're going to see as well, 59 degrees going into the night. Of course, Athens at 56 degrees. So throughout the cities here in Georgia and outside of Georgia, you're going to see that cool weather go into it. All right, and if we take a look at the weather, what it's going to look like tomorrow. We're going to start off bright and early at 9 a.m. Still sunny, 61 degrees. At noon, you're going to see 74 degrees go into that. And then at the start or mid-afternoon, 79 degrees, still perfectly sunny for tomorrow. All right, and if we take a look at the 5-day forecast of what your week is going to look like for the rest of this week, 82 degrees, of course, today, and then into Friday, 83 degrees, still perfectly sunny. But as you can tell here, to your weekend and into next week, you're going to see those chances of showers. So 82 degrees going into a high at Saturday, 78 degrees into Sunday, and 80 into Monday. All right, and let's take a look at your game day forecast. So at the start of the game, 12 p.m., you're going to see 76 degrees. Still pretty cool, but also cloudy. You may not be able to see any rain at all. There's still 20% of chance of showers there, but you will see that throughout the rest of the day. All right, and then going into the next day to finish off your weekend, you're going to see a high of 78 degrees. It's still going to be pretty showery there. It's going to be a little bit confusing. You're going to see some sun, but you're also going to see partly chances of showers going into the rest of the day. Again, 20% chance of showers. And going into the night, overnight, you're going to see 30% of showers there. So the rest of your week is going to look a little showery. I am Eric Solorzano with your weather.
Coming up, we'll take you to a live chili cook-off raising money for a good cause.
Hi, I'm Peter. And there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Attention travelers, next Tuesday a major power outage will cause complete chaos throughout the city. Food, water, and phone service will be in short supply. There will likely be panic citywide. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Is your family in need of more quality time together?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Nature is best enjoyed together. So bring the whole family to discover all the bonding and stress-reducing benefits parks and forests have to offer. Visit discovertheforest.org and trade in phone time for family time.
Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, grass, worms, bugs, trees, rocks, and other objects in nature cannot talk. If you'd like to have a conversation while visiting nature, you will need to bring humans along. We strongly recommend starting with your family.
People in Northeast Georgia have already bought more than 250 tickets for a chili cook-off in Madison County. We joined Grady Newsource reporter Alex Rios, who's live in Madison County. Alex, this is an important fundraiser, right?
That's right, Kat. We are here at the Madison County Center Senior Center, where community members are here coming in, bringing their pots of chili that are ready for the competition that starts in about 15 minutes. But this event is not only about raising awareness about brain disorders, it's also about using the proceeds for special events.
And so we partner with the local sheriff's department, and they check seats, car seats in people's cars, whether it be a grandmother, a mother, or whatnot.
The latest research from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration shows that 59% of car seats are not installed correctly.
If they bought it, purchased it new, if not, if it was a hand-me-down or a yard sale and they cannot tell us that it was not ever in an accident, we replace them. Or if it doesn't meet code, if it's out of date, we replace those car seats with seats.
Timmy Dalton says the 3rd annual Madison County's Chili Cook-Off and Dinner is a way to reach out to the community. She says the Pilot Club's mission is to look, train, and teach about brain safety.
You know, all it takes is an accident on an ATV or UTV without a helmet, and someone's life is affected.
100% of the proceeds will go to fund these special projects. So back to you in the studio. This is Alex Frias, Grady Newsource.
Thank you, Alex. If you'd still like to go to tonight's event, tickets are still on sale for $7 and can be purchased at the Madison County Senior Center. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's show. As you know, the news doesn't stop here. Make sure to visit our website at GradyNewsource.com for more. I'm Kat Hendrick. Have a good night.
College of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of Georgia, which is solely responsible for its contents. Views expressed do not represent those of the administration nor the Board of Regents at the University System of Georgia.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Wait. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
Welcome to our Thursday night post show, and it is actually Thursday this time, unlike Tuesday when I said it was Thursday. A couple of things went a little bit wrong on our end. You may have seen me panicking before the show, but luckily, thanks to our lovely playback volunteer Chris, we managed to solve everything, and our lovely engineer Neil. So that was a little bit chaotic, but you guys were on top of it today. Some packages got in late, but for the most part, when I said, hey, we're having some problems, can you guys please have your stuff in on time, you guys were on top of it, and you got stuff in on time. Everybody was prepared during pre-show, and we actually got a little bit ahead of the game. We were down there 10 minutes before you had to be for recording B-Block for Anchor. So basically today, in terms of communication and everything between the class and the technical side, everything went pretty smoothly. So I'm impressed, and I think you guys should just keep doing what you're doing, keep improving the way you have been, because today went really smoothly as far as the communication between you guys and us. This is Josiah. This was his second time directing, and he did fantastic, especially given the chaos immediately before the show. So he rolled with it and he did great. So do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I wanted to say you guys did a great job today. We had a great show, even though it was really hectic. I wanted to give a shout out to our live shot producers. We had our second live shot. We didn't know if we were going to be able to get it up because of the signal issues, but we got it up at the last minute. So good job, everybody. The last second, yeah. We were pretty much, live shot's dead, and they were like, oh, we're back at live shot. So good job, everybody.
So thank you guys. Thank you for working with us. Thank you for working with the chaos on our end today. And we appreciate it, and we appreciate that you guys keep on trying and keep on improving and keep on communicating with us. So that's everything that I have to say. Okay.
All right, let's hear from our producer, Carly Reese.
So I thought we did really well today compared to Tuesday. I think everybody came in, even though the pitch sheet wasn't filled out, everyone came in with good story ideas. I was worried before I walked in, but everyone seemed prepared. The timing seemed better today than on Tuesday. And I have some notes. Caroline, thank you for going live in the newsroom, even though you're a content producer. I thought that you did really well. Eric, I liked your on-camera presence with Kat. One note, you didn't have the lower thirds in your package. I don't know if that was a timing thing. Okay. Let's see.
Is there a volcano in Georgia?
It's on the website.
There's a
hazard.
What?
That's a
Where?
natural hazard.
In Georgia?
For Georgia, yeah.
What?
That's what I said.
Know more about it.
Okay, Tara's not here, but I thought she did an amazing job with the live voiceover, so that was good. Katie, your green screen, I loved it. It was beautiful, and I thought you did an amazing job. Let's see. Aaron, I thought you did good because I kind of shifted you from your original story, and even though you couldn't end up getting the contacts from the actual family or anyone involved, I think you spun it around and turned a really good package. Let's see. Francisco, I thought you did a good job going to the Special Collections Library and actually getting the images. Without it, I don't think that it would have been the good package that it was. And then Alex isn't here, but she did a great job on her live shot. It was really hectic before. Like we said, it was last second, and we didn't know if we were going to have it. And Kat, thank you as well. You kept trying to figure out whether or not we were going to have it, and last second we were like, we are having it. Read the teleprompter. So I thought we did really well on that end. So overall, I thought it was a really good show.
Thank you, Carly. Miss Digital Nixon.
Okay. So I did promise you guys endless roasts today, but I don't think that's going to happen because I will say, and I don't know if it was because I was up here and not out in this area doing packages and stuff, but this was like the most calm show we've had all semester, it feels like. And with that being said, I guess it's just kind of like we are growing into our positions and we're actually becoming more comfortable and confident in what we're doing. And we didn't have somebody shoot themselves today. So, you know, we like I said, it was just one of the most calm shows we've had. And I don't know, I just think we're working well together. So. My digital people, or Tasia, you know, she got that, her piece up, and then I saw some really good packages on there. So really, I don't have any roasts. So again, good work, team.
Okay, yeah, going off what Nixon said, I think today we did really well with content and working together. Like me and Nixon went and did the Sanford things with Francis's story, and so that worked well together. And then everyone was kind of helping each other do graphics, help with package, different problems, and it produced really good content. So I think that, yeah, we're just getting a lot better at getting adjusted to our positions and working with each other. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't have any complaints today, really.
Well, you leave all the complaints to me. I shall serve. So I would like to just ask at large, what was a favorite moment or memorable moment in the show for you guys tonight? Katie's green screen, okay.
I thought Tara's live shot was awesome. I thought the scenery, the way that she set herself up was great.
What else?
Honestly, I couldn't hear much of it, but I liked the visuals of Francisco's package, and he keeps like a calm demeanor on camera.
So we liked Tara's live shot. We show had 2 live shots. Had a little different thing going on with Katie's green screen. What else? What else did we like?
I liked the old pictures from the collections library. That was really neat because I'd never seen those before. So to see Sanford back then for the first game and the fact that he tied together the first game plus the poster was neat.
I liked Alex's package a lot. She has some great B-roll and she has some great shots.
Yeah, I liked I liked when she was walking with the woman that she interviewed instead of just having B-roll of that lady's hands or her talking or something. I thought that was really mature. You know what I mean? Mature in her skills.
It's a more advanced way of
advanced
shooting and storytelling. And I saw that a couple of times today. You know, I won't say it's always been executed, you know, flawlessly, but you gotta, you know, you crawl before you can walk. At least we're not just having these big balloon heads in there. Did a nice job. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
So Tara, you know, had to go out there. The ribbon cutting wasn't until 4. So she had to actually she had to go out early, shoot the trail, so that we could see something other than just, you know, Tara's lovely face standing there with no video. So she shot that, but then she had to go out there. She had to get that done, then go out there, be there for the ribbon cutting at 4, send that back, and be able to talk about that and have the sound up full. We did need a lower third. We didn't know who was talking. It was Kelly Gertz, I believe, the mayor of Athens. Be conscious of that because our viewers don't know anything. Hey, look, there's Matt. I'm just saying, he's the guy that had come talk to you all about storytelling. He's really good at what he does, which is a deliberate segue, not just one of my ADHD moments. Oh, look. I told you this week we're going to focus more on storytelling, and so we try to do that. I would just encourage and challenge you. It's really hard to do all things, and every week we're layering something else onto you, and it's really tempting, or maybe just difficult, not to, when we bring something else on, this week we want you to do this, next week we want you to do that. It doesn't mean we go, well, since this week I've got to get the impact of the story, I don't go get the facts of the story, the information. It's difficult to get it together. It does all come. Okay, so I saw some advances in storytelling today, but I would just challenge you guys to really be careful about making sure you still get the information. Be conscious of that. Really important, guys, for me to check. Look in the rundown. Nothing should go on that air without a C, and one story did. I'm over here. We had a couple of issues with a few of the stories, so I'm over here minding those, and you know how it is. Cantrell. So you guys have to be responsible for yours. If it doesn't have a C, you need to come to me. And we had a conversation where I think Caroline thought that I had looked the whole thing. Well, what had happened is I read the first, and I went, no, we have to change that, we have to update. You changed and updated, but I had not read the whole thing. But the thing is, the reason you have iterative, measurable processes in any newsroom, frankly in any successful organization, is so that you have accountability and you have a process people can go through so that you can hold people accountable. Most of the time when something goes wrong, it's not because somebody said, I want to see how big an idiot I can be. It's because you didn't have a process, or if you did have a process, you didn't train it appropriately. So we have a process, that is that the C has to be in there, and we do need to follow it. So consider this a refresher in training that process. All right? So I want to go around the room, and I want each of you to tell me what you particularly liked. We're kind of at that midterm where the energy flags a little bit, but you've got a little more confidence. You have a lot more competency. This is the time where you feel like, you want to chill a bit. Let me just urge you, this is not my feeling. This is where I start saying, instead of giving you 2 big ideas, let me give you 10, pick 3. Because now that we have basic competencies out of the way, we can start really being engaging and exciting and really work on narrative storytelling. And we were starting that this week. But I want to go around. I want you all to tell me what's one thing that you really liked and what's one thing you go, I've got to grow in this area next week. This is what I want to focus on. Tara.
To think. I think one thing that I really liked about what I did today in particular, today was kind of the first day that I tackled getting 2 things done. And granted, I already had a good bit done for the first thing. But so I'm kind of proud of my ability to make sure both of those things are ready to go on air.
And they weren't just things. There were 2 key issues. There was one about the gentleman who was in the 4-year lawsuit with the University of Georgia, and she had an interview with him, and he had not done one in quite a while. And it was, about an important issue. And then she wasn't just doing a package. It wasn't just meat and potatoes. She was actually going out, shooting video, come back, writing something, going back out, doing a live shot, and having to send video from a live shot. So it's not just, I got good enough to do 2 things. It's like, I got good enough to do 2 pretty complicated things. And that's a big win. Because back at the beginning of the semester, we said, look, today, you need to do this, you need to interview this guy, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go out, shoot video, come back, then you need to go back out live, and you need to shoot video when you're live, and you need to send it by, you lost your mind, right? Or maybe cried, I don't know. Really? Yeah. Go together, hand in glove.
Yeah, but I definitely got my steps in today, walking around that trail.
So what do you want to work on?
I think what I want to work on for next week is I've really been avoiding stand-ups, and I know you push them really hard, but I think because you push them so hard, they freak me out. So I need to really step up and do those creative stand-ups and conquer that fear.
Really work on that.
Yeah.
Because no matter how important your stories are, if they're not engaging, and human beings engage other human beings. Good for you. I think that's a really good goal. So I'll stay on your back about. I'll help you with that. Eric.
I say that I guess I've improved on writing to my video, being able to see what I have and then have that dictate where my package goes. I think at the beginning I just couldn't really do that as well as I can now. I mean, that script that I showed you today, I didn't really think it would go well, but then I got some good feedback from it. So
yeah, it was very seamless. Yeah.
So I feel like that for me has just been a struggle, and for you to just say that helps a lot. In terms of improvement, just getting more diverse B-roll so that I can be more creative in my storytelling and tell people this is what you should be looking at, kind of thing. And stand-ups as well. I haven't done a stand-up in a while. And
none of you have. It was not this. Yeah, none of you have, and it's time. So I'm glad you guys are identifying that. Good for you. I think those are good goals for you to work on, because I do think those are points where you've got an opportunity to feel some real success, because your storytelling will change. It can be as simple as 3 shots, and your storytelling will change. Mr. Guzman.
I need to work on my storytelling. I need to work on my B-roll. I need to work on my stand-ups. I need to work on.
Mr. Guzman, have you done anything right? Do you feel good or proud about anything at all? Say something. Don't make me fill in that blank.
No, that's how you learn. It's just the mistakes.
Not always.
For me, it is.
So I think, so I am going to fill in the blank for you. No, I won't. Has Mr. Guzman done anything positive in his world here in Newsource? Who wants to take that one?
Okay, well, two things I think that you did really well today was going to Special Collections Library, which we already talked about, and using those images in the package. That was really great, and you always shoot really good video. I think that you're really good at that. So that's a few things.
Yeah, so I would just tell you, I don't believe in feeding you all fluff. I don't think it does any good. But I do think it's important that you guys know what you are good at, where you do have some gifts, you have some talent, so you can at least let those muscles pull you through while you're developing your weaker muscles, okay? One thing you really did well today, which is why I was at first disappointed that we didn't have better storytelling from you, because you've got the storytelling gene. Mr. Hasty, the archivist at Special Collections, it takes a good reporter and a thoughtful reporter to bring a source in as a character. Does anybody know what happened or what he said in that package that made Mr. Hasty more than just an archivist? Yes? Talking to the microphone.
He talked about Notre Dame, and that made him not just a UGA employee, but it made him a fan, and talking about how he's been going to games for 30 or 40 years, but just last weekend was the most magical thing he's ever felt. That caught my attention.
Yeah. And it takes a good reporter to identify that, to weave that into the story. So good job there. I do challenge you not to be so linear in your, we all agree too that Francisco, he's a hard news guy, right? That story's just going to tell itself. A lot of times they do. But this is an opportunity. You are by nature a news person. You do understand the story. You would have never identified Mr. Hasty as that, and that was a key moment. So work on that, because you have that gene, okay? All righty. Mr. Metcalf.
So I think what I did good was getting out the door early and trying to find people to talk to you about the impact, because a lot of my contacts at the school district were going to talk to me about what happened today. I think what I can improve on is doing more preliminary stuff before, so I have the whole picture of the story, instead of going to people with questions with kind of half-baked my conception of the story. And I think I can definitely improve in my B-roll and storytelling as well.
I think something interesting what Tyler and I were walking through with his story, I think he made a really important point about the impact and getting out the door. And that is vital. But like I said, when you're learning something and you're so focused on this thing that you've got to do, and you haven't been doing it well or haven't been doing it right, so you really focus, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get the impact, I'm getting out the door. But it's like driving a car and go, by golly, at the next stop sign, I'm putting on the brakes. I'm stopping, I'm not running it, I'm stopping. I'm going to use these brakes. And you stop. And then cars behind you, honk, honk, it's time to go, it's time to go, it's time to go. Oh, I forgot, I have to go too. We focus on one thing and we forget the other stuff. And I think today where Tyler got a little bit sideways is he left the door, he got out the door, had some barriers, but then didn't pursue all the other barriers or opportunities to vet his story. Now, I will tell you that's a complicated story. And a lot of what Tyler was dealing with today, a lot of what a lot of you are dealing with in Newsource, and is the great value of Newsource, is you are doing some of the things. I find myself a lot, like today, how many times I say to you, you were in my information gathering class. This morning you guys were trying to file a Federal Freedom of Information Act request, or file under open records. And they had a question, and I said, well, because you're under FOIA, which is federal. And in the state of Georgia, it's sunshine law. It's Georgia open record, so it's a completely different thing. So you're learning, this stuff intellectually, but you haven't put into practice, which is the beauty of Newsource and the experiential learning model. So I think, Tyler, what did you learn today? Just a couple of specifics this afternoon that you got really quickly once you went, oh, I need to do this.
Things about, I had a video of an incident where the girl was basically saying that she's making a gun threat, and I can't use that video. You have to get the person who took the video itself to give you access. And I was sourcing what I said, what you said in the video from the video that I had, but I couldn't use that video because it was unattributed. So I had to get the quote from the incident report, which I had to ask for. So I didn't. So it's like things like that where it's like you think you have it concrete, but you don't have the actual attribute. You can't attribute it to anybody because you don't know who took the video. So you have to get the information from other sources. And so I had to ask Gillen for the.
And once he asked, it really wasn't that hard to get. And he learned some important information, which he's not going to reveal to you right now because, by God, he sweated hard for it. And he'll tell you about it Tuesday when you will be making calls all over again to update that information. And I think there will be more for you there. But it's going to be an important story. It is an important story. So back in the information gathering, we talk a lot about videos. And, there's a lot of, we all know that there are people out there that are creating videos, that are taking videos from other events and then putting them out and stating that they're from something else. How many of you have ever used Google reverse image or 10i? Yeah. And what do you find when you do that?
Usually it's not what they say it is.
Yeah. So, it's a different world. So the thing, remember, and I'm guilty too of this, once we focus on the 3 new things, we tend to forget the old. Remember at the beginning of the semester, I would say, how do you know that? And then I would say, how else do you know that? We haven't said that in a few weeks, right? Because we're working on other stuff because we're past that. So we had to kind of circle back today to how do we know that? How else do we know that? So, Tyler was going to say, well, how are you feeling about this? Tyler goes, I'm embarrassed about it. I said, why are you embarrassed about it? There's no need. This is what each one of you is going to go through. How do I know that? How else do I know that? And your generation really has a much tougher time with it because there are so many opportunities and a concerted effort for people to put false information out. And you guys have to really be conscious of this because a story like this can be especially damaging. You want to dot every I, cross every T. Okay? Mr. Smay.
Yeah, so things I like today kind of tie into things I need to work on because what I liked today personally was Cantrell not just killing me about my story and really sitting down and
I liked it too.
Walking me through it like a child. And that's kind of what I needed. I just needed to rewrite how I'm thinking about this story because I tried at first to take it a bit more in the charity direction rather than the student union direction, but I didn't have enough content for the charity, so I just didn't know how to combine the two, and you sat me down and helped me do that. So I think I just need to rewire how I'm trying to tell these stories because I had all the content. And I just
and then some. You couldn't even use it all.
Yeah, and I just didn't know it because I was too focused on the charity. So you kind of sat down and helped me work through that. Otherwise, I got really lucky today, just walking buttock backwards into Tate Plaza, and there's a mental health setup willing to talk to me and ready to go. So that was very nice. But that's what I liked. I need to work on storytelling. Getting more content when I'm out there. Just because I'll go out there and I'll come back and check what I have, and I thought I had enough, but it's just nowhere near enough. That's it.
So let me add something to what Aaron said. I'll get out there and I'll think I have enough, but it's not near enough. Let me challenge you on that, and this is important for all of you. You're at a stage where you're shooting a lot, and then you come back and you don't have enough. And it's not because you didn't shoot enough. It's because you didn't shoot the right things the right way. I promise you, and I know this is like lazy woman reporting, but I'm going to do a story on Grady Newsource, and the students of Grady Newsource are going to come in. I'm going to shoot a wide shot. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. It's on a tripod, of course. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. God, I'm bored. Why do I have to hold this shot for so long? 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. Thank God. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom with my feet. Shoot a medium shot. I really just have Katie and Aaron in this one. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. God, people are around me. I really want to move, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be disciplined. People are yelling at me, going, get that camera out of here. I don't care. Let me get behind. Oh, 10 seconds. Thank God. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. I'll be out of your way in just a minute. It's hard to be disciplined because, A lot of times you're in public places, or you feel this pressure. People are going, God, could you hurry up? So what's happened is when you come back, you go, I thought I shot a lot, but I don't have enough. Part of it is how many of your shots are like, you didn't finish it, you didn't complete it, you felt self-conscious, now you can't use it. You're going to have to be disciplined. And now I'm going to zoom with my feet, and I'm going to shoot 1,000. It's so uncomfortable, but you're zooming with my feet, shooting right in her face. I know she's embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I'm almost to 10. I'm going to be disciplined. Hey, how you doing? Okay, now I'm going to shoot your hands. I'm probably going to like down here by you. Oh my God, because I'm going to get down here. I'm not going to be able to get back up, y'all. And I'm going to shoot her hands, okay? Right now I've got 10, 20, 30, 40 seconds worth of video, okay? Ooh. Anyway, I always hate when old people do that. Ooh. So, and then it's wide, medium, tight, tight, tight. So it's 50 seconds of video. So I'm going to shoot one more. My kind of go-to shot was always people's eyes. I just loved, you know, it was like Cantrell's eye shots. Oh God, here come the eyes. But it's beautiful, you know, windows of the soul. So you got 50 seconds. Now I've got 2 sound bites. Each one of them are 10 seconds because I don't like those long sound bites. How long's my package right now? 50 and 10, a minute 10, right? And now I got my 20-second stand-up. How long's my package? Yeah, I'm living the dream. And I have 5 shots, 2 sound bites, and a stand-up. Doesn't seem like much video. But I know I can only write to that. But it can be done, right, Aaron?
Yeah, I was literally saying wide, medium, tight, tight, tight as I was filming. And I apologized to the young lady sitting at the desk profusely because I'm pretty sure scaring people off because I literally like would get my camera right up on to do that panning shot. And then a young gentleman did walk by to sign up. And
I saw your
right up on him.
Yes. And you know what? How long did it take you to edit that piece once? We wrote it in 5 minutes. How long did it take to edit?
15 minutes,
15?
yeah.
Was nothing because of what you did. So what you do out in the field is going to make all the difference in the world. But I would just challenge all of you. Go with the story that you got. Go with the video that you have. Don't think you need to shoot more. You probably need to shoot less. Okay? Katie Kim, you had an exciting week.
I'm sorry.
What's
Wait, what
the
am I
question?
talking about?
What are you talking about? Well, obviously her work is done.
Oh, yes. I'm really glad you told me to try out that green screen thing. I feel like we know that we're allowed to be creative, but we don't know like the extent of how much we're allowed to be creative.
I will pull you back. I promise you.
Well, I didn't even think of that in the first place. But when you said that, I was like, you know, that works out great because I have all this color. And I was like, putting color in front of a green screen and blowing it up, like that's the best thing ever. So I'm really glad that you told me to do that. Things that I need to work on, I still have not gotten down writing to video quite well. And like the whole thing shortening my sentences because I've done so much print stuff, I'm just so used to not getting straight to the point. That's something I really need to work on. And also just like being excited about my story. I mean, I was really excited, but I think I didn't convey that properly. So when you told me to be like, look at all this color behind me, blah, 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 like that made sense in my head because that was how excited I was about the story. But I just didn't know how to
articulate it.
Articulate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my...
What about, you did some really good work on Tuesday. And I just want to, I think it takes somebody special to be able to go, it takes a good reporter to be able to go out and go, I'm going to go do this shooting, I'm going to be live, I'm going to have bullet points, I'm going to stick to the script, I'm going to know my facts, I'm going to report accurately, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I'm going to go do wild, colorful piano. And I'm going to tell a narrative story that'll speak to, what is it, music hath charms to soothe the savage breast, which I think people think is beast, but anyway. To be able to have that kind of diversity, you know, in your playbook is pretty cool. Kat, what about you? You did a wonderful job anchoring today. Everybody really talked about, you know, what a natural you are with that. You're easy to watch.
Well, thank you. That was going to be my pro. I just like anchoring and being on camera. And it's kind of nice that like everybody else writes the leads and tags, so it's really easy. And I understand why you always say that's why they get paid the big bucks, because like when you look at it, like on the day-to-day, if everything's going right, they really don't have to do a lot, which I almost
Or
felt.
so it seemed.
Yeah, which I almost like kind of felt guilty about today because I wasn't running around like a mad person like I usually am. But it's like when things go wrong, that's where they earn their keep. So I just like being on camera, and that was fun for me. And then my thing that I want to work on is pushing harder. I think that I have a tendency to be, hey Sarah.
All right, so that is our live show for this evening. Thank you very much for watching.